Yeah, that's right. I just fixed my hair. Big deal. This is Greg Harries. I am your host for this live stream of Bout 12 of Louder Than a Bomb, Great Plains 2014. In this bout, this one's easy to remember. You are going to be hearing from Lincoln East, Lincoln Southeast, Omaha North, and Omaha Northwest. These are four teams that are going to be doing battle through the very silly medium of slam poetry, a very unusual weapon to do battle with. But that's what we're here for. We're here to hear poetry. Really, we don't really care about the scores. We just track them because, it gets butts in the seats. But we are here to hear the poets themselves. So my name is Greg Harries. I'm your live stream host tonight. I coach Central, West Side, and Elkhorn's teams in addition to doing this. But if you're not here, you're joining us on the live stream. Hopefully, please pass the link along. It is LTAB, youtube.com/LTAB Omaha. That's youtube.com/LTAB Omaha. And you can check it out and pass it along, get people here, get people listening. If you want to donate to support this work, that's ltabomaha.org and ltabgreatplains.org to support these opportunities for these poets and the coaches that make them, help them get to this point where they're ready to share. So yeah, you'll be hearing from those poets in a little bit. I'm gonna turn down the volume because we get dinged with copyright volume violations if we have. Hey Matt, come say hi to the internet.
Hello, internet.
Yeah, there's Matt. He runs this whole digs. Oh, there it is. Exposure settings and all. So yeah, we're gonna go quiet for a little while, but we will be starting the bout in probably about 10 to 15 minutes. Matt is looking for judges right now, and people are coalescing and collating. And yeah, we'll be getting going in 10 to 12 minutes. So hang out, talk in the chat room, pass the link along. We'll get rolling soon. Talk to you in a second. Hey folks, we're getting ready to roll here. You're going to be hearing from, in this order, Lincoln East, Omaha Northwest, Lincoln Southeast, and Omaha North to close up round 1. We'll be rotating that order, and then round 5 is determined by score. So I'm going to turn the mic back down, but we'll be getting ready and be going in 3 or 4 minutes here. See you in a bit.
Hey, what's brown and sticky? A stick! Ah! All right, who here has never been to a poetry slam? Liar, liar, Levi's on fire. Hey, Ruth, why don't you tell them what a poetry slam is?
Okay. Slam poetry is a ridiculous invention that was created in the 1980s by a Chicago poet and construction worker named Mark Smith, who thought that poetry readings were boring, and he was right. So he gave all the randos in the audience a scorecard and dangled some money in front of the poets and said, do a really good job, get high scores, and I'll give you all this money. We don't give that away, but we do give you the opportunity to share your hearts and guts with a bunch of judging people. I know you're all keeping track on the whiteboards of your mind. In 2001, man, back in the day, that's been a minute.
I was like 4 to 5 out, 6. Okay.
Louder Than a Bomb was also created in Chicago by Kevin Koval and Anna West. I think we can do better, come up with something better for them. And now we have Louder Than a Bomb Great Plains, which is in its 3rd year and has 32 teams from across Nebraska and Iowa, making it the biggest one outside of Chicago. Second Chicago. Here's what's going to happen.
So there's going to be 4 teams, and each of these will send up 4 to 10 young poets, and there will be 5 poems or 5 rounds, and each poem has to be 3 minutes. You get a 10-second grace period. After that, we start deducting points, and you cannot have props, costumes, accompaniment from anyone in the audience, just the poets on stage. And the 5th round will be the group piece poem round, where you send up 4 people from each team, and they compete all in a group. Yay! Ruth.
In the interest of creating the safest and most inclusive space possible, we require that poems do not contain profanity, sexually explicit or pornographic language, gratuitous violence, racial, ethnic, gender-biased, homophobic, religious, ableist, or otherwise discriminatory slurs, speech, or language. That said, some poems may contain content, so just, be aware of that.
No, none whatsoever. Okay.
Do you want to do the next paragraph, or shall I?
I'll do the next paragraph.
Okay. Charlie!
Okay, so there'll be 5 judges, and those are going to be the ones with the fancy whiteboards. You're really short. This is really uncomfortable. That's okay. Okay, so...
There's no height here!
Okay, so... Judges! Let's go! Can I speak, please? You want me? Can I do my thing? I'm trying to judge a poetry slam, if that's cool with you. Okay, anyways, judges will score from 0.0 to 10. A 0.0 is like if you hear the poem, then you turn into a ninja just to slaughter the person on stage. Don't do that. And then just so they can never read that poem again, ever in their life, and everyone's ears will stop bleeding. A 10 is like if you turn into a ninja, the good kind, and then you go and disappear into the world, saving Earth's problems with this poem. And
you totally brought it back around.
I did. And okay, so that's a 10. At the end of the bout, we add the team scores together. We drop the high number and the low number just in case if there's someone like that really hates the poet or really loves the poet. And then we add the middle scores, and the highest number wins the bout. Judges, keep your score consistent because this is important. Do not score creep. We don't like that. Keep your scores consistent through the whole bout. Do not let the audience sway you. Judges, you know your stuff. You are experienced judges. Stop talking. You are experienced judges. You know your work. Do you? Audience, sway the judges. You know your work. Do you? My back hurts, man. Do this. This is your guys's, okay? So, Ruth.
Yeah, you said just about everything.
Well, you got like one more paragraph right here if you want to do it.
Before we start the bout, let's turn our cell phones to a setting that's not going to add musical accompaniment to anybody's poem, or I was going to say something kind of probably gratuitously violent, and then I remembered it said that I probably shouldn't do that. But I will flip a table and just sheriff your butt out of here. So turn off your cell phones.
Even if it's Beyonce?
If it's Beyonce, it's allowed.
Just kidding. Don't do that. No. Just read the call.
All right. Sounds like we're pretty much ready to just start the slam, don't you think? All right. Wait, I'm hearing sacrifice, 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 sacrifice. You're right, audience. There's one more thing we have to do.
We have to be vampires and drink blood. No, I'm kidding.
We have to bring up our... There's a lot nicer words for this person than sacrifice. We can call it the calibration poet or the clearing poet. This is a poet who's going to come on stage and do a poem for you and who is not competing in the rest of the competition. So judges, this is your chance to practice judging a poem. And audience, it is your opportunity to practice going nuts for poetry. So, let me look at the piece of paper where Matt wrote down the name of the clearing poet. Are you ready for your sacrifice? Give it up for Brooklyn Mooseman! Yeah.
All right, so we welcome up our sacrifice poet. This is a poet you just actually saw her if you were watching the other bout. She's from Bellevue West.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn.
Here we go.
A little taller. Hi, my name is Brooklyn Mooseman. I'm a sophomore at Bellevue West, and this is called Pokemon. I sit here in my Pokemon shirt and my muscles, and act as if I don't have a care in the world. I am calm, cool, and collected, and all I have to worry about are girls, food, and sports. I mean, everyone can see my emotions are in perfect order, like Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Well, the fact is that my emotions are like Ash's Charizard, and I can barely control them because I don't know how I should feel. Truth is that my inner flame is getting blasted with Hydro Pump and is slowly dwindling down. I am sick of this world where I am taught to be tough, emotionless, and nothing else. Everyone is expecting me to fight others like a gym trainer's Pokemon. I am told to fight for my trainer and win or lose for him. And by the end of the day, we're supposed to be best friends again, like I just didn't get my backside handed to me on a silver platter. Because I am forced to act how my trainers see fit. and I'm forced to fight. They want me to become Mega Blaziken at the drop of a hat and use Blaze Kick on Leafeon, even though Leafeon already had next to no chance. But since Leafeon is considered a little weakling, it must learn to toughen up, since weakness is not allowed in any form. I am not Onyx, who has happy spirits as hard as rock, so I can't be penetrated or broken. But even Diglett can dig through the hardest of boulders, and I am just pink soft flesh. So they can tunnel effortlessly through me like Gyarados glides through water and demolish and destroy every last one of my joyful spirits. I'm forced to bottle up every last emotion into a Pokeball and lull them to sleep like Jigglypuff and never let them wake from their deep slumber like Snorlax. Though sooner or later someone's words will hit you like Raichu's Thundershock and poisonous emotions will zap you awake, and the remains of your emotions will be scattered in every direction. Yet because we are men, we must not show any emotions. We can't let anyone get a glimpse of our Pokeball as it flashes red, showing how hurt we truly are. And since they don't see the flashing, no one seems to grasp the constant battle is making it unbearably hard to keep any sort of flame burning. It starts to disappear like a Milowetta, never to be seen again. I am told to fight, eat, and laugh, and act like everything is going perfect, even though nothing is going right. I can't just set my feelings on fire and expect them to turn to ash and blow away in the wind, and I don't see a Beautify waiting by my side, ready to take them off into the sunset. I can't just get rid of my emotions. They are glued to me like Pikachu is to ash. So I must put on a mask and act as happy as Snorlax after he ate a whole jungle of peaches. And I must keep on fighting like it is my favorite thing to do, because society is my trainer, and I'm supposed to be its version of manly. I'm supposed to be a Pokemon.
Thank you, Brooklyn. Judges, when we get to real life, you will only have about 3 seconds to decide on your scores, but I'm going to tell you all a little fun fact real quick, which is that we are live streaming to all of our friends on the internet right now. Everybody say hi, internet. Greg, how many people are watching? Okay, he doesn't know. 6 or so friends on the internet. If there are more bouts going on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, so if you can't make it, or if you know somebody who wishes they would be here right now but they make bad choices, you can direct them to youtube.com/LTAP Omaha. Judges, put your scores in the air. Hi. There you go. There. I see you, Luther. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.1, an 8.1, an 8.6. A 9, and a 9! Keep it up for the first poet from Lincoln East!
All right, so that was our sacrificial poet scoring a 25.7.
Hello.
Here's Lincoln East.
My name is Eleanor Jorgensen. I'm a sophomore at Lincoln East. This is my poem, Storytelling. This is for the people who are clams. Peel back your shell and a pearl is sitting there on your tongue. That pearl is your story and pearls are precious. Baby, this is for the people with the stories, striving to carve out a piece of their soul and arrange it on a plate of notebook paper to present to you. The ones with the stories are the ones who have suffered. I watch each individual swagger, strut, slide their way onto the stage, and I can see their souls slipping around inside. I can see their fears and their worries, and I watch them pour out the flaws they find in themselves into the audience. We lap them up like dehydrated dogs, devouring the exquisite stories made of sorrow and pain. With our suffering, we sketch out a masterpiece bright enough to be on Broadway. Our hands are flashing light bulbs, signifying ideas and making the masses flock towards our open doors. We say, look at me, look at my pearl. I made this, and this is mine. I know what we can do. We can summon stars, rain hellfire, raise the masses up to call for change, all with pencils and our voices. We can bring the darkness hidden in our corners to light and turn ourselves inside out for others to accept, because sometimes we just can't accept ourselves. We are the ones who aren't listened to unless we're behind a microphone. We speak too little and write too much. I have seen martyrs spit into this microphone and pour out the confusion, anger, frustration, transposing their primal screams into poetry. I watched the unlucky become uplifted, riding a wave of snapping and cheers. I watched them realize we don't need amplification, ruination, desolation to break down the barriers built up by society. Behind this microphone, we don't have jocks or nerds or preppies. There are no failures, disappointments, upstarts, troublemakers. There are only storytellers, and this is for them, the doers and the dreamers, the funnies and the furious, the students and teachers, the questions and answers. This is for everyone, because everybody needs a story sometimes. So slam that poem down and perform it perfectly for me, for you, for the people who have stories, and the room full of listeners, and the one at the microphone with a string of pearls around her neck, around her vocal cords, doing what she knows best, telling her story.
All right, nice thesis statement for the bout from Lincoln East right there. Passionate and direct performance. That's a great way to open things up. You gotta wake up your audience and wake up your judges even after the sacrifice. So let's see how it goes.
1, 2, 3, go.
Not that we much care about the score.
I see 4. Okay, there it is. All right, guys, from low to high, we have a, no, keep that up, keep that up, keep that up. Thank you. From low to high, we have a 7.8, an 8.6, an 8.8, a 9, and a 9.3. Keep that applause going for our next score from Omaha Northwest.
All right, so Lincoln East will carry a 26.4 out of round 1 to open things up. And Omaha Northwest is up now.
Hi. Cool. Love you too. Okay. Hi, I'm Brittany MacArthur, senior at Northwest High School. And this poem is titled, Her Face. I see her face in every prepubescent girl on their way to getting their first period, convinced that the blood flowing from their body is a sign from God saying, your time is up. I see her face in the pregnant 14-year-old, convinced by her 18-year-old boyfriend that sex was the only love that she would receive from anyone. I see her face in the clinics, women afraid to discover the STDs invading their bodies or about to let go of the very life they've created because they've been told it's the only way. I see her face in every young girl, lady, or woman uneducated about sex because of someone else's perception. Have you seen her face? Contorted in confusion, not knowing what is right because your parents say to stay pure, to wait, pounding it into you with the gavel of abstinence, not explaining why or answering the questions. Then media comes in. Sex is amazing, be dangerous and dirty. Society is stupid. Sorry, stupid. Use a condom. What? Society and media. The condemnation of her common sense now. What should she do? The real question should be, what should we do? When we see her in that young girl's face, we need to teach her that she's just blossoming into the beautiful woman she was meant to be. We need to let that pregnant 14-year-old know that it's okay, regardless the outcome. We need to teach her what real love is, that it's not sex, but an unconditional, incomprehensible emotion that will wrap you up like the love she's about to experience for her child. When we see her painted upon the faces of the women in the clinics, we need to let them know it's okay. It's okay, regardless the outcome. Why aren't we teaching our young ladies, our girls, our women, instead of having them wrapped up in a diluted world of I don't knows and I'll learn from the television? because I want to know how to help her, how to teach her, how to mold her. So when I look in the mirror and see her face, I'll know that she's just a piece of me.
All right. So that was a poet from Omaha Northwest, their first of the bout. And another strong piece of writing from Northwest. They'd won their first bout, so with a 1 or 2, maybe even a third place finish, they'll be making semifinals. Let's see how these scores come in.
3, 2, 1. From low to high, we have a 9, a 9, a 9, a 9.1, and a 9.2 for Northwest. Keep it going for Lincoln Southeast.
All right, so Omaha Northwest will carry a 27.1 out of round 1 to start them off tonight. Nice, strong score. Here's Lincoln Southeast.
My name is Foster Collins, and I'm a sophomore at Lincoln Southeast. And the title of this poem is Schrödinger Love. I found my love life is a lot like Schrödinger's cat. So long as I don't open the box and tell you how I feel, there's still this chance you're going to love me. Or maybe that's just me being optimistic. Because all I have to do is look at the information before me to know that it's hopeless. You're perfect in the most imperfect of ways, as if when God created you, he couldn't tell what plans he had in store for you, only that they were big ones. And I bet when you came into this terrifying world, Mother Nature heard your cries and she knew another angel had just entered the land of the living. You just hadn't gotten your wings yet. You're beautiful in ways I can't describe, which gets really annoying when I'm trying to write poetry about you, because I keep forgetting if I should compare your hair to the night sky or a redwood forest, and your eyes, I can't remember if they're rainforest canopies or the Arctic Circle, because I'm too busy noticing how when you smile, your mouth opens up, and I can only see the top rows of your teeth, and your face folds together like all those love letters I'm never going to send you, and even when I close my eyes, you're still there laughing, your dorky laugh I find so adorable. Every time I'm near you, I get love songs stuck in my head. And as beautiful as singer Celine Dion is, my heart won't go on without you because my brain is too busy replacing the names and love stories with their own to try and see reason. And then there are those times when I get a moment of clarity. When the head tries to sabotage the heart, and I'm reminded of things like, you don't even like poetry, but that can't be true because you haven't heard mine. And you can have anybody you want, but that can't be true because you went to homecoming by yourself. Sometimes I forget that you don't love me yet. And I have to catch myself before I do something stupid, like talk to you. Or sometimes I lay in bed at night, and I wonder what it would be like if I found myself in a world where you did love me. But I have to remember that this is just a love story that I tell myself because I live in the real world, and the real world is a lot scarier than that, because living in the real world means listening to real words, and you've got those real words on your rosemary lips. And every step I take in your direction, I hear those words. Every time I look into your eyes, those syllables come to life, and every time I say your name, those 13 letters float in the air between us like opening the box and finding another dead cat. People tell me I should go for it. If love's not coming to me, then I should go to love. But I can't do that because I'm scared. I'm afraid of your words. I'm scared of those syllables that have so far only lived in my nightmares. I'm afraid they're going to come to life, and Mother Nature's going to hear my cries, and she's going to know another angel just had his wings clipped. You've got those razor blade words on your rosemary lips. I hear them in my nightmares. Dude, I'm straight.
All right, that's Lincoln Southeast with a powerful ending to a powerful poem there. Really interesting stuff. Charlie's up to take the scores, but yeah, brave writing there.
That art with the number. Ready.
Nice
1,
mix
2, 3,
of funny
go.
and serious too. Really
Keep 'em
interesting
up,
stuff.
please, please, please. Okay, from low to high, we have a 9.1. A 9. Nope, keep them up, keep them up. 9.2. A 9.2. A 9.3 and a 9.3. Now keep that applause going for our next poet from Omaha North.
All right, so that's a 27.7 for Lincoln Southeast, putting them in the current lead. Nice mix. And here comes Omaha North.
Hi.
My name is Jacob Overbeck. I'm a senior at North High. Thank you. Just gonna win this. I want to bare my soul to you, give you a piece of me, some sliver that says I am real. I want to tell you about the year and a half in middle school where I was called stupid and gay. Well, I was molested when I was 11. Does that count? I'm still not sure. I want to tell you how my father abused me as a child, lifted me by the wet bathroom floor, and how when I told my mother about this last year, she denied it. I want to tell you about the girl that I love so much I ended up accidentally hating her, but I can't because my mouth is covered with tape made of young white male in the upper lower middle class. I'm a bleeding heart rapper with George Watsky roots and comic inspired beats. I'm a lover, not a fighter with a perpetually shattered heart. Let me cut you with them. I'm a gay man who is actually heterosexual, but everyone expects me to act this way because I can tell you how to coordinate colors. Listen, the faded scars on my left arm tell me I'm broken. The Hebrew word on my right tells me I'm strong. I'm a breathing conundrum, a walking oxymoron. I'm a theater geek with a foot in both worlds. I'm a choir kid who isn't actually that interested in music. I don't always know what I am, but I will tell you what I'm not. I'm not a label you put on me, arbitrarily assigned and viciously verified. Every time I walk through those high school halls, my soul goes deeper than any social name tag. You can't quantify this venom I'm spitting. Does it burn yet? Am I getting through? Are you holding that sliver of me in your hand, cutting into your palm like shut words from an angry, desperate tongue? Do you know me now?
All right, very strong, very personal writing to open us up in round one. That's Omaha North to close it off, round one. Some really just aggressive, energetic stuff coming out.
3, 2, 1, judge poetry.
And Omaha North is
From
coached
low to
by
high, we have an 8.5, a 9, a 9.2, a 9.3, and a 9.5 from Omaha North. Keep it going. We're just going to move slightly to the left with Omaha Northwest.
All right, so to wrap it up, we've got 27.7 for Lincoln Southeast, 27.5 for Omaha North, 27.1 for Omaha Northwest, and 26.4 for Lincoln East. Those are the current standings at the end of round one, but anybody's game. And again, who officially cares? Hold up.
I'm Solomon Washington, a poet from Northwest High School. And I'm Solomon Washington, an MC from Northwest High School. And when I wrote this, I was an extreme perfectionist. My brain is the Joe Jackson to the Michael Jackson of my pencil. Suspenseful and uneasy, locked up in my skull's jail, a blood-stained brain cell in which the inmates of the past took their lives into their own hands. Memories gone, but remains still haunt me. Life is a journey to find happiness, and it is as hard as the concrete which my tan suede lugs are accustomed to. Sometimes I know not what to do. Where do I find this peace of mind, perhaps in a soul like my own? Unguided and confused, the two missing pieces break from their leashes and come together. But my attempts have been plentiful yet fruitless. This world is ruthless and cold-hearted. In school they told me Earth's core was made up of magma and lava, but now I'm convinced that it consists of glaciers and ice. I try to find that spaceship, but I'm just a passenger on the train of thought, and these tracks are the only thing that keep me sane, but at the same time drive me crazy when the spotlight is on me. But all you'll ever hear is, I defy gravity and never follow rules, rock my competition and break them down into molecules. The atom splitting, rap the magician, back to finish, subtracting spitters with mathematics and algorithms. According to my calculations, I could probably say the bass is taking me to a new dimension, rap oasis. I'm dropping jaws and attracting faces, my claws are retractable, I was mutated, I'm mad beyond imagination. When I wrote this is the way the mindset of the perfectionist functions. But I jump to light speed through the meteor shower of doubt and conjunctions and do what bails me out of that brain cell. The same thing that helps me analyze why Earth's core is frozen. The thing that is the true missing piece in my life. This pen and pad. The same thing that helps me build this wall when I fall to the dirt. I go beyond Earth's atmosphere with these tall tale boasts. If I can make myself feel like this, then I've already accomplished the mission. These verses and poems are perfect when I put the most into them. But all you'll ever hear is, no one can match what I've accomplished. I grab the mic and make my competition microscopic. Sit back and take it in. Crazy when I raise a pen. Infinite lives, endless continues when I play to win. My lyrics are cryogenic hieroglyphics. The biochemical menace with this pen, I'm highly gifted. I want every eye to witness the verbal violinist. If the sky is the limit, if the sky is the limit, if the sky is the limit, my atmosphere is infinite.
All right, that is a solo group piece from Omaha Northwest. Killed the room the last time he performed it, and he had even more confidence this time. So I can't expect too much of a difference.
Put a number on that poem.
See how the scores come back
We do
from
that.
the judges.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Keep them up, please. Okay. From low to high, we have a 9, a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.6, and a 10. Now, give it up for our next poet from Lincoln Southeast.
All right, so that's a 28.1 for Omaha Northwest. Should help them cover the gap between them and the leaders right now.
Alrighty, my name's Denise Yermisheva. I am a senior from Southeast High School. And this poem is called Dear Dad. Dear Dad, as I look at you and sister through a transparent glass of pain, you bond over her engagement and begin to explore the internet for the dress. You connect over it all. The party favors the reception, and where on earth could possibly be the greatest place for your dearest daughter? Dear Dad, as I watch you and brother ponder your thoughts about which polyester tux is nicer and what the rest of the men in the party will wear. At times you laugh like old mates, and other times you talk sternly to brother as if you were his drill sergeant ordering 40 push-ups. Dear Dad, you look past me like the invisibility cloak that you have placed over me that has an off and on switch, and you have set it so that it is always on. Dear Dad, where are you? Can't you see that I actually need you? Dear Dad, do you know that at night I fake being asleep so that I could pretend if I were awake, you would acknowledge me and ask how my day went. How were auditions? When do I get to hear you sing? How's your photography going? Do you know about all the blood that has been spilled from my thighs and from my arms like a river that can never get dry? Or how many pills would it take to end this life? How many seconds? How many minutes? Who would find me? How would you feel? Would you feel all the pain that I have felt? Would you even cry? Dear Dad, have you ever looked at me and were proud to call me your daughter and not the words that have been spoken from your lips time and again, that I was a disappointment and an embarrassment to this family? My eyes, have you ever looked into my eyes and seen the pain and hurt of not feeling like a family? My eyes, they are the windows to my soul, and they will undoubtedly spill all the secrets that my heart holds like a Pandora box being ripped open and the monsters being unleashed into this world. Dear Dad, I want you to know something. I want you to know that someday someone will love me for who I am and not for who I was. For my past mistakes do not make me who I am. I am not the thief. I am not the chain-smoking, non-menthol, cancer-creating cigarette that I press against my lips to feel a sense of relaxation. I am not the drug abuser who is merely trying to escape the troubles of reality. I am not the empty bottle of Jack because the little girl didn't know when to stop. I am the one who looks for a better future, who strives to be more than just ordinary. I am who I am in this moment and in this place. Dear Dad, forgive me. Forgive me for when the memory of you begins to fade. Dear Dad, as I look at you and sister through a transparent glass of pain, I sit and wonder, will that ever be us?
All right, another piece of strong writing from Lincoln Southeast, our current leaders. Just really strong writing all around tonight.
Judges! 3, 2, 1. Judging thinks it's fun. From low to high, we have an 8.8, a 9, a 9.1, a 9.2, and a 9.4. Keep it up for Omaha North!
All right, so 27.3.
Hi, my
My name is Sydney.
Here's Omaha North.
And apparently I go to Omaha North. All right. Okay. So my poem is called Cookies. I am not an Oreo. I am a Chips Ahoy with little brown chunks in me of my mom's black heritage. And I am not an Oreo. I am a fig Newton, raised from the earth, consumed for somebody else's pleasure with my dad's Native American skin. I am not an Oreo. I am not an Oreo because my hair is straight and my skin is light, and I can speak a sentence without using the words ain't or no. I am not an Oreo because I am not your stereotype. I am not an Oreo because I am not an exception to my people, to our people. I am not typical. I am not usually, because I am not an Oreo. Your words don't hurt me anymore because I see the ignorance. When you turn on the TV, you see what I'm supposed to be. You see that if I can speak properly, that I'm supposed to have a dad, which I don't. And you see that if I do use that language, that I'm supposed to come from some kind of life that you made up in your head, that I am the story. But when you look at me, I am not an Oreo. I am not your stereotype. I am not the words that you place on me from the way I look, the way I stand, the way I dress, the way I am. I am not an Oreo, and I will never be.
All right, that is Omaha North, following up their strong performance in round one. Another strong personal writing
Judge
tonight.
that art with the number on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, yeah, I have to move my hair out my face, otherwise I can't see it. From Lodi, we have an 8.7, an 8.8, an 8.9, an 8.9, and a 9.2. Give it up. All right, keep that applause going for your next score from Lincoln East.
All right, so that's a 26.6 for Omaha North to follow up there, 27.5. Here's Lincoln East.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lan Portnoy from Lincoln East High.
Turn it up!
And my poem is Letter to Anonymous. Dear Anonymous, I see tears rivering down your face. Why does he get her? Why am I not a size 0? Why do I not have a personality of a bird? No, you cannot go comparing yourself to her. Not anymore. You are beautiful, and do not let anyone tell you differently. She may be taller, she may be skinnier, she may be funnier, but what counts is that you believe in yourself. Forget the chills climbing up your spine when the boy in 7th period called you fat. Forget the plastered-faced clown girls who called you worthless. Forget when your best friend told you to jump off a cliff, when she didn't know you were so close to falling apart at home. Now show those mean girls that a 4.0 means everything to a college. Show those boys that size 10 means beautiful. Show yourself that you have every right to live on this world just like them. Because, honey, look in the mirror. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are strong. You are you. Dear Anonymous, I see tears pouring out your soul, secrets that cry desperately wanting to be let out underneath those scars, secrets that you hold so deep inside, secrets you are so afraid to come out, so you're afraid that no man will love you for you. But young man, squeeze my hand tightly. I am here when no one else is there.
Because, young man, look in the mirror. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are strong. You are you. Dear Anonymous, this letter is for those who don't fit in with the popular crowd. Girls who don't wear preppy pastel chiffon clothes. Boys who don't wear colored polo shirts and khaki shorts. Dear Anonymous, this letter is for those who compare themselves and who've been put down after pushed down and can't stand up because they've been picked to pieces. Dear Anonymous, this letter is for those who don't like the spotlight, rather to be spotless, in the darkness, unnoticed. Dear Anonymous, this letter is for those who would like everything to stop for a second, minute, lifetime. And it drains all of their energy just to say hi and smile. Dear Anonymous, this letter is for those who need a reminder. And remember, you are beautiful, wonderful, strong. You are you, and nobody else can be you.
All right, that is the second round poet from Omaha North. Nice, strong, driven piece of writing there. MC Ruth breaking it down to the I Want You Back.
Scores. And 3. And 2. And 1. Woo! We've got from low to high an 8.6, an 8.6, an 8.7, an 8.8, and an 8.9 for Lincoln East. That was the end of the second round. Let's hear it for the first bullet of the third round. Lincoln.
All right.
Wait.
Had to go help out MC Ruth. So that's
Lincoln Southeast.
that is a 25.1. Oh no, 26.1 for Omaha North. And here is Lincoln Southeast.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really tall, guys. Okay. All right. My name is Alexis Page, and I am a senior from Lincoln Southeast High School. And this piece that I'm going to be sharing with you today is called Heroism. They call him a hero. He's the mysterious wonder that grandchildren gather around their grandparents to hear one last story before mom would send them off to brush their teeth before bedtime. He's the valiant Superman that high school students learn about in their history books. To the world, he's a hero. His cape flowing with camouflage and his boots standing as strong as his ego. He thinks that wearing the uniform, carrying a gun, and folding the license to kill in his pocket is the newest fashion, flaunting his tightly ironed jacket and his personalized badges down the runway like it's something to be proud of. Brother, tell me, why is that something to be proud of? Why do you get the title of a hero when you are no different than the murderer in handcuffs that sits down the street behind middle bars? You are no different. Just as the rapist took the last breath of his victim, you look into the eyes of a frightened fellow soldier without even contemplating. You watch as you take away a mother's baby, a father's baby, a sister's shelter, just by pulling your index finger tighter and tighter around the trigger. Brother, you can take away a wife's husband, a baby's father, without one thought of regret. That it's all okay because he's an American soldier. He's a warrior and a member of the team that won over family. He serves the ignorant people of the United States of America, and he lives the Army values. He will never accept defeat. He will never quit on anything but the people who love him. He will never leave a fallen comrade, but yet he has left me here. He will always maintain his equipment, his arms, and himself. He is an American soldier. People tell me, why do we praise the monster that kills instead of the angel that saves? We have seen it. People will see a soldier in combat to run up to them, dying to fit one last word into their never-ending speech of gratitude, will practically fall to their knees just to shake their hand. But people tell me, how many times do you see a person walking by in scrubs every day, but nobody even notices them? Doctors and nurses go through years of training to save lives every minute, but it's a young boy who goes to 9 months of murder camp that gets the credit for saving America. Brother, tell me, what do you see when you look in the mirror before you force yourself to sleep at night? Do you see the sun-kissed, golden, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, innocent, dimpled little boy who was the peacekeeper between two empty promises? Do you see all the hurt and the pain that your two 14-year-old feet had to run away from one last time? Do you see the protector of a little girl who looked up to you a little too much? Or do you see what they want you to see? A brick wall that falls for nobody. Brother, tell me, if you wanted to marry a man, could you? What freedom is worth putting the people who love you at the edge of their seats, pulling at their hair, biting at their nails, clawing at their eyes, watching the mailbox for one letter of confirmation of your safety? Brother, tell me, do you even know what you're fighting for? Thank you.
All right, that is Lincoln Southeast to open round 3. It's fine. They currently sit in second with a 55 even.
Right, judges. 1, 2, 3, go. Alrighty. From Lodi, we have an 8.8. An 8.9.
8.8 on the first
A
floor.
9. A 9.1. And a 9.4. Okay. And give it up for your next poet from Omaha North.
So that is a 27 even for Lincoln Southeast. I don't love that score.
Hello, my name is Lily Jones,
Come on,
and I'm a
judges.
senior at Omaha North High. And this piece is called From My Heart, I Love You. From my heart, I love you. Though you are young and it may seem that I am too busy for you, I am only trying in my own way to show you what to do. I hope you will work hard and are dedicated in your own life, but I will only be able to watch from afar. As you see your own dreams come true, I hope that I can be a part of it. From my heart, I love you. Though I am pushing my way out of your nest, I can't forget all the memories we have. Your life and mine may no longer work together, but my heart will not let you go. No matter what the world offers, I will never trade what you have already given me. From my heart, I love you. Though I broke your heart for the first time, you forced me to walk around with a cracked heart while still sending you my affections. I couldn't see through my own facade that it was time for me to move on. From my heart, I love you. You're the only one who sees me. You see me when I'm afraid. You see me when I wish no one would. You've seen my insides and my guts, and yet you love me. You've seen my heart, and you've taught me how to love. And from my heart, I love you. Everyone who stood up here on this stage, hands sweating, legs shaking, minds reeling, hearts screaming. You have given me the courage to stand up here and show you my heart. And from my heart, I love you. We are caught in this whirlwind of emotions. Sparks have been lit, but life gets in the way. I feel as if I'm standing on nothing. And yet I take that daring step. From my heart, I love you. Your strong walls, they comfort me, but give me no growth. I must break out to find who I am. But I will send you my love from far away. From my heart, I love you. My stomach clenches and rolls, stinging me with worry. Worry that I've never felt before, tearing my soul until it's lost. But I choose to ignore it, because from my heart, I love you. Parts of my heart never healed from when we buried you, my friend. Standing strong when I wanted to cry, paying my respects while holding crying figures in my arms. I mourn for you a later day, but that day all I felt was the stab from the pain all around me, because from my heart, I loved you. Though I sit here quietly while tears stain your face, don't think of me as cold when I don't spring into action, but instead try to find what's wrong with no words and the emotions on your face. I wish I could do more, but come up short. Please don't shrug off the only thing I can give you. From my heart, I love you. My own emotions blur, covering the lines between my own life and those I care about. My heart breaks for them, but not for me. I feel the sting of your pain and I dig deeper, hoping to find you a solution, but instead see the complications and struggles that make my heart scream with agony as I try to take it from you and press it into my own heart. I know I can't fix this broken world, but I can love you in it. From my heart, I love you.
All right, that is Omaha North with their round 3 poet. Again, strong performance, strong personal writing. Really cool stuff to see this year.
In 3, 2, 1.
Here come the scores.
I I can't. Could you guys scooch just a smidge? Thanks. Okay. From low to high, we've got an 8.5, an 8.6, an 8.8, an 8.9, and a 9.1 for Omaha North. Keep it going for Lincoln East. I said Lincoln East.
All right, so that is a
Hello, I am Amanda Stewart. I'm a
26.5
senior at Lincoln East.
for Omaha North.
And this is my poem, 3 Months. Let it go, they say. You'll get over it. Well, it's been 3 months, and there is still not a day that goes by that my cries don't echo her name. 3 months of weird, 3 months of lies, 3 months of tears, 3 months of fights, 3 months of fears, 3 months of lacking goodbyes, 3 months since she has been tied to that chair, bleeding life, cut by the sweating doctor's hand, laced with promises he could not withstand, let alone understand. As the chemo is injected for the 4th time, she lays in her hospital bed, lost in her own lack of abilities to speak, to breathe, to write, to read, to walk, to sing. 3 months of screams, 3 months of prayers unanswered, 3 months of night terrors, of being beaten, kicked, raped, tormented, infected, rejected, 3 months of cares not given by her so-called family, freezing at the sight of tragedy, refusing to grasp reality, while I sit here, bound and chained by the promises that I made to her to keep her safe, to take her place, to watch from my peak in the sky while she lived with no regrets, no frowns, no sorrows. What a fool I was to think that my heart could grasp onto this painful expression of true love, that at last my silver breath could speak golden words of life, of love, of hope, of strength. That's all she ever begged for. She pleaded with the doctors to bestow upon her the syringe filled with the precious poison that would allow her to feel the pain no longer. 3 months. That's all it took to break an already cracked heart, to forgive what is now forgotten, to cut out the cancer that had infected everything inside of her, to end a life not worthy of such punishment. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Today is given to us to take full advantage of. And yesterday, was it not full of joy, love, and happiness that will never be forgotten, nor will it be judged? Angels in heaven, I am so happy now. Why? Because you taught me something I won't ever forget. Love questionably. Love unconditionally, but most of all, just love.
All right. Really lovely, gentle, and yet determined writing there from Lincoln East. Very powerful
Hey guys,
piece.
make sure that we're always applauding the poets really
Love
loud
that one.
on and off stage to show them love. We can all love each other. We can all love each other. Thank you. But we can hate on the judges. Hey, speaking of judges, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. From low to high, we have an 8.8.
Come on.
An 8.9. A 9.1. A 9.2. And a 9.2. Now, keep that applause going for your next poem from Omaha
All right, so
Northwest.
that's a 27.2 for Lincoln East. Nice score for them on that piece. Here's Omaha Northwest with the final poet of round 3.
My name is Michaela Alberts. I'm a senior from Northwest High School. A few hours ago, I got a call from the woman who raised me since I was 7 that they found lumps in her breast again. I am so scared of losing you that the last words from my mouth would be ones of hatred and pain, but hatred that is not for you. I strive for you to be proud of me, even though I am so certain you hate my very existence. But little do I know that I never had to work for your love. and I'm striving for something that has been right in front of me. I want, but I can't accept your love. Such is the dilemma that I have created. And you are the source of the anger, of the hate. Yet I'm scared that our fights may be your last. For I see you withering in front of me, always in pain, struggling with this life and all I can think of is my wants, my needs, and my desires. And you try, but you are only human, only one person. And my harsh words are not for you, but the person you replaced. And how easy it is to say all parents fight with their children, but I want to fix this, just as long as it's not me we are trying to fix. For I can't face my own faults. I can't see all that's wrong with me, for I know that this fragile structure that is holding me up will collapse if any more holes are poked in it. But this fall does not scare me. The damage it will cause others does. The damage it will cause you. For I want to fix you, to hold you, and you to hold me. Like a small child, tell me I'm fine, that all the boogeyman in my closet aren't really there, and the ones that are, you will save me from. And save me from the waves of hate that crash on me, because I'm stuck on an island of despair, and I'm begging you to save me. But when you show up, I turn you away, because I don't like the color of the boat you chose. But still, I demand you to protect me. Protect me from the blade that is driven by my hand into my soul. Show me that the red that is flowing is not a release, but a crutch. Help me, because you know just how broken I truly am. I've never been very good at lying to you. See past my fake smile and hold me as tears run down my face onto your shirt. Tell me that crying isn't a weakness but a strength as your shoulders shake with my own. Soak in all the despair, the hate, and pain just to save me from myself. Even if there is no breast to hold me up anymore, we can hold each other. Because I want to fix you. But most of all, open my eyes to see that you already do all of this. Because you are mine, Mom. And I never had to search for you.
All right. Powerful writing from the poet from Omaha Northwest. That a very powerful thing.
All right,
So.
judges for Omaha Northwest. 3, 2, 1. From low to high, we have a 9.1, a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.4, and a 10 for Omaha Northwest. Keep it going for Omaha North.
How am I supposed to do this? Okay. I think that's tall enough. Okay. I am Des Brown. I am from Omaha North, and I'm a 9th grader. Yeah. And this poem is entitled, You're Still a Little Girl, inspired by Katy Perry. Every little girl grows up telling herself she is beautiful, and she dresses up knowing she looks great. She doesn't care what others even have to say, and she looks in the mirror and sees her true beauty. She can walk alone and feel as if she has the whole world in the palm of her hand. And then she grows up, and the world grabs her and pulls her in. She feels as if she's alone now, but she doesn't realize I'm still trying to hold her hand. She feels as if she's a monster, like she destroyed her own self, but she doesn't realize she's looking at the wrong reflection. I told her not to give up hope just yet. Not looking into her reflection, but the world's view. They see outer, I see inner, which is a gorgeous lady that can hold herself, but she won't carry on because those scars made her who she is. See, you now notice that girl is you. You don't have to be a shell. You're the one that rules your world. And you will learn that you can still go on. And you will always be a pearl. She is unstoppable. See, you had to learn to understand that you're still beautiful, and learn to understand that you're still great. Tell yourself you're still that little girl.
And that's Omaha North to open round 4. Currently, Omaha Northwest leads with 83.1. We've got an 82 for Lincoln Southeast, 80.6 for Omaha North, 79.7 for Lincoln East.
All right.
Scores for Omaha North. Start round 4.
So many numbers and math and stuff. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.4, an 8.6, an 8.7, an 8.8, and an 8.8. Now keep the applause going. For our next ball from Lincoln East.
That's a 26.1 for Omaha North. Lincoln East is up now with the second poet of round 4.
My name is Nathan Karras. I'm a freshman for Lincoln East High School, and this is my poem, Blue Ruby. We can make things work. Just trust me. Trust yourself that everything's all right, even when people fight, because life's an equation, and no matter how complex, there's always a solution. An inseparable connection that meets no limitation, even when limitations of individuals are valid. The flaws are embedded in a diamond heart. So strong, such beautiful love reflects the colors of passion. And although we'd like to be perfect, polish those flaws, we are blinded by the light of our bond, where we'd like to see our errors, but within that light we can't see anything but beauty, because the flaws don't change us or keep us from feeling the extraordinary ways we do. Rather, they remind us we're human. And humans are meant to be loved passionately in a sense that rids the universe of time, that throws off the balance of our nature to create a mutual equilibrium that anyone can see but nobody can feel as vividly as we do. Rarely will immediate love be given consent unless each other's willing to give life to what feels dead inside us. You and I, we're rare people. We must be insane, otherwise the world's gone crazy. But what would we care? We wouldn't, as that world fades away when I hear your voice so delicate, so gentle. Speak your most meaningful words, of which reality dissolves in the deep, as we are still strangers. Now I feel as if it's easier to love a stranger, and the words, I love you too, are too strong to suppress. I'm only afraid of what it means to you. I don't know what our love is, just a guess, and I can only hope our views of love will change over time, become stronger for the better, so I may see into your deep, teary eyes that communicate from the heart. So trust me. I trust you. Don't fear the unknown, because I'm still here with you, always. And I'm sorry because it must be scary not having a guideline to follow. My mind has no organization, just a desire right now to be with you and fall hard, fall fast, fall together, as will last forever of this lifetime, given the chance.
All right, that is Lincoln East with their final individual poem. Nobody's used any bonus group pieces, so we'll see if Northwest or Lincoln Southeast have those in store for the next couple rounds.
An 8.8, an 8.9, a 9, and a 9.1. Keep it going for Omaha Northwest.
So that's a 26.7 for Lincoln East in the final individual poem. And Omaha Northwest is up now.
Hey, my name is Deanna Buller. I'm a senior at Omaha Northwest High School. And I want to thank Len for writing that one piece, but I also want to dedicate this to everyone else in the room. A green screen can change your setting into any place you want. It can also make you transparent, literally. And you'd think after 3 years of broadcasting, I know better than to wear teal in front of a green screen. Teal, for anyone who cares, is, by the way, a shade of green. So I appeared live in front of the entire school as floating head Deanna. My teacher handed me a vest and whispered, "You're invisible." Invisible, a word I learned to hate. It's like being in middle school again where I first heard the words, "You're uglier than the gum under my shoe," a waste of space on this infinite planet where no grown-up will help because it's really not that bad. They're just kids. They don't mean the words that they say. But what does that do to a 12-year-old? It kills the spirit that could have led me to lead every cheer, kick every winning goal, turn my emotions into something motivational. But instead, I learned to shut out the world, outrun the fear, and hope that it wouldn't catch me. In 7th grade, I sang solo in the school play. Suddenly, I was visible again. But the more I was seen, the more I could feel the daggers plunged into the wounds crafted by the children who were never punished. Those red droplets dripping down my see-through form, and even after I put that whole school to awe, I am still the outcast. Still running, still invisible. I made it to high school with no scars that you could see, but I vowed never to be just another face in the yearbook, never to be invisible again. And those wounds may have not healed, but they did stop bleeding. Until now. When I can feel the rope of red bleeding down the screen, and even though I swear I'm no longer scared, I am still running. But I will not break my vow. I will not be invisible because I can stand on my own 2 feet. I can see them both. I can see all of me. And I can say this to you. If you feel like you won't ever be seen, look around at the people who have seen you for far longer than you would ever know.
All right, that is a poet from Omaha Northwest, our current leaders by a 1.1 point margin. And we'll see how these scores come back. Very intriguing. Lots of variety from that team this year. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. From low to high, we have an 8.8. An 8.8. An 8.8. An 8.9. And an 8.9. And give it up for the poet from the last poet of the 4th round from Lincoln Southeast.
So that is a 26.5 for Omaha Northwest, and here comes Lincoln Southeast.
Okay, I'm Reagan, and I'm a sophomore from Lincoln Southeast High School. And the title of my poem is "You're My Sister Too." I counted 37 leaf imprints on my sidewalk today. That's how I want you to remember me. If you really think you've got a heavy heart, then let me take the cement into the palms of my hands so I can leave my fingerprints stuck in something that keeps your smile alive. While I was researching what shape I could build a rocket into to take me away from here, I read that the teardrop is the most aerodynamic shape in existence, so maybe that's why it's so easy for them to fall from our eyes. But please, stay with me. Stay with me long enough for me to fill a memory jar with the sound of your laugh. I can hear your heartbeat beat, the cuts below your breast too, but baby, you're my sister too. So let me braid your hair back, not so you don't get vomit in it, but so I can show you your face shape doesn't need to be sharpened. Your jawline is already cutting your confidence. No more playing tic-tac-toe on your thighs. Use your hands to write poetry. You're good at it, I know. Or use them to hold mine through the good flashbacks of a forest of your memories. I'd be lost without you. You are everything. To everyone. You're the pale skin in the hallway that goes perfectly with the solar systems between your eyelash lines. You are the girl I want to make revolution after revolution around the sun with. You aren't a war of past events, and you don't need one in your cortex, but you've got one anyways. I would have thought after 2 tries of choking yourself with poison wrapped in plastic, you'd realize 12 medicine capsules won't make you feel better by taking your life away, but your education only teaches you how to show me your future through an A on a math test I remember failing. You are the girl who knows no one will know your name in 200 years. But you're the girl who would plant trees in your neighbor's backyard so some kid can have a childhood in 201. You're the girl who's up at 3 a.m. sneaking into your sister's bedroom to look at your tummy and your ankles in her full body mirror while she's half asleep with her phone in her hand 6 feet away. But you're not the girl who needs to. And you're dying to feel alive. You don't have to die to feel alive. You don't need to open your skin to see your favorite color. Just use that lipstick you wore to school your first day of 8th grade that highlights the kisses to your poetry you use instead of your name. Break through this heartbreak of broken family photos with plastered smiles on your stairwell. Baby, stay with me. Long enough for me to throw you a graduation party or buy you a pregnancy test for your wedding present so I can see your cheeks flare up behind your hands. So you can realize you're not a little girl anymore. But that's okay. So stay with me.
All right, that was Lincoln Southeast closing up round 4. Another strong bit of riding from them. They've been really been bringing it today. They were in the tough position of being in their first bout with a lot of really great teams.
We've got a 9, a 9,
top flight
a 9.1, a 9.2, and a 9.2 for Southeast. Give it up for all the poets. You have reached the end of the individual poetry round. Coaches, you can meet with Andrew, the bout manager, over yonder right now. The rest of you can take out your pocket computers and take a selfie. Hashtag LTABGP selfie.
Okay, so I'm going to get official scores, but it looks like we still have Omaha Northwest in the lead with a 109.6. We've got Lincoln Southeast right behind them with a 109.3. We've got Omaha North with a 106.7 and Lincoln East with a 106.4. So it's very tight at the top and very tight with the third and fourth place teams as well. Probably won't see one of those third or fourth place teams jumping up.
All the proceeds go to Louder Than a Bomb. Yeah!
All right, so I'm going to go get the official scores, make sure that my dumb math is correct. But it looks like we'll be hearing first from Lincoln East, then Omaha North, then Lincoln Southeast, and then Omaha Northwest in the final round, in our group piece round. But I'm going to check it in. I'm going to put our host back up, let you listen to the music, and we're going to take a 3 or 4 minute break
Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom.
before round 5. So see you in a little bit. Oh, and say in the chat, let me know in the chat, who's your favorite poem? What's your favorite poem of the night? Which one moved you? Which one's sticking with you? I'd love to talk about that. So yeah, chat it up. See you in a bit. Okay, so yeah, indeed, we do have Lincoln Southeast biting at the heels of Omaha Northwest with a 109.3 to Omaha Northwest 109.6. So we will be hearing from Omaha Northwest last in this next coming round. Before that, we'll hear from Lincoln East. And then we have just a tenth of a point between our third and fourth place teams. We've got Omaha North with 106.5. I had the math wrong on them. I thought they had a 106.7, but they actually have a 106.5. And then Lincoln East is right behind them with a 106.4. So we will be hearing from Lincoln East and then Omaha North, and then, then Omaha North, then Lincoln Southeast, and then Omaha Northwest in the lead. So it's a battle for both spots, both the winning spot and that third place spot for these teams. So it's really interesting the way this bout is shaken out. That we have two towards close right at the top, and we've got two tracing them right behind them too, very close as well. So I think everything's going to come down to this final round. We'll see how Lincoln Southeast, see if they can make up that 0.3 point difference over Northwest, and see how the judges respond. So we'll be getting back into it in about a minute or two. Then I'll turn the room audio back on. Just don't want to get dinged with copyrights. And round 5 will be underway to close us off tonight. If you want to watch more of this, if you want to share this work, it's all at youtube.com/LTAB Omaha. We've got a lot of high-quality videos, much higher quality than the live stream, going up pretty much around the clock. Then we have these live streams are being archived if you ever want to go back. Tomorrow we will be live streaming at 5:30 and 7:30 again, bouts 13 and 14. Bout 13 will feature... Cha-cha-cha. Bout 13 will feature Kent Bellows Studio, Norfolk making their debut in the competition. Omaha Benson looking to secure their spot in finals, and Omaha South still in the mix as well. And then at the 7:30 bout, we've got Mount Michael, Millard West, Norfolk again, and Waverly. So those are both going to be really great bouts. Make sure to turn into those. The place is youtube.com/LTAB Omaha. So that's the place to watch it. If you want to support this work, it's ltabomaha.org or ltabgreatplains.org. You can donate to support the teaching artists that go into these schools week after week, all throughout the year, to teach and coach poetry and help these students tell these amazing, incredible stories that you're hearing tonight. So if you've got the extra money and you want to give, please give to support the work. We've got some really great stuff coming up for you. We've got a professional quality recording of the finals that we're doing at the Holland Center. That's going to be very high quality recording that we're going for this year. We'll be live streaming from the Holland Center finals as well. It's just going to be crazy go nuts madness. We are the biggest youth poetry festival not located in Chicago, Illinois, the original Louder Than a Bomb, and we're very proud of the work that these students are doing. So yeah, I think I'll just stop yammering. I'll turn it over to Ruth. She's doing. Oh, and if you want to come out and see more slam, I do host a local slam, and I'll be hosting the Shelter Belt Battle Slam on Saturday at 7 o'clock. And all the proceeds that we raise from our donation bucket at the Battle Slam will be going to support Louder Than a Bomb Great Plains as well. And we'll be having features from Louder Than a Bomb Great Plains students. So it's going to be pretty awesome all the way across. So please come out, check that out. And I think we're about to get going. So I'm going to turn it back over to Ruth doing the sound check.
This is what it sounds like when I stand a little bit away from here and talk real loud. These are not evenly spaced. And I can't deal with that. This is what this mic sounds like right up on it. This is what it sounds like here-ish. Thank you for flying Sheriff Poetry Slam Airline. Return to your seats now. Get buckled in for the group piece round. Is that a match? You can still make t-shirts. Is everybody who wants to be here now? Whoa! Is everybody who wants to be here now? East, Omaha North, Lincoln Southeast, and Omaha Northwest. Are you ready for group pieces? Keep it going for Lincoln East!
Really, what we can learn is that schools with cardinal directions, you got to have that secondary direction. It seems to be the difference maker. That is as relevant as any of these judges' opinions. No, the judges are doing great, but we don't really care about the scores. Here's Lincoln.
I'm Lan.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Eleanor. This is Spitting Fire from East High. This is our poem, What Can a Teenager Do?
What am I supposed to do?
When I know tonight I'll be doing my homework.
And the loud, smiling class clown will
We'll
be
be
doing
doing
stardust
stardust.
and flying higher than the birds. What am I supposed to do?
When the silent boy with the abusive girlfriend can't see the light at the end of the tunnel and chooses to fly without wings off the edge of a building?
What happens when the lonely girl gets lucky for a night but gets knocked up,
Mocked
mocked
up,
up,
locked
locked
up,
up?
and nobody will listen to the bullying boy who makes others feel
The slaps.
His mother gives him when the neighbors can't see.
He can't hear his cries,
And he can't speak up.
But knowing exponents,
Trigonometry, and the score of a football game
means more to
to
society.
Than knowing the quiet girl from fifth period is safe tonight. Safe from the father who
pounds his sorrows into her skin.
She tries to cover the scars
Under her sleeves,
but
everyone can see her
sadness.
Only teens can see the dust.
Smell the fear.
Hear the hate, feel it pulsing, throbbing in the blood of the people.
The everyday businessman with secrets in his briefcase.
The waitress behind the bar with a pocketbook tweaked in the balancing.
The girl jumping rope with her parents twisted around her little finger. I can see the dirt, but I lack a broom.
I can see the dust swept under the rug.
And I try to scoop it up with my bare fingers.
Get rid of it once and for all.
But I can't.
Everyone tells me I'm only a teen.
And the teens know the pain that comes when nobody will trust you.
But the truth is that teens know more about the world
Than the people who own it.
Because
we don't pretend like the kids and the adults.
The world is full of happy endings.
That we know the bad guy has a backstory.
And sometimes the hero needs a sock in the jaw.
I know that once I'm all grown up, it'll be too late.
I will have grown used to the slightly invisible problems and won't have the energy to pick up the broom bestowed upon me with a bottle of booze and the keys of a car. What can a teenager do? What can a teenager do?
My hands are tied.
We have cheated and lied. Nobody's cried. Are we dead inside? What can a teenager do?
A teenager can change the world.
We can't stop the abusive girlfriend.
But we can pull the boy back from the ledge.
We can't stop the needles pumping stardust under the skin.
But can be there on the end of a ringtone.
We can't stop the slaps across the face.
But can try and understand his pain, which is all he wanted anyway.
We don't have a broom, but we do the best that we can.
We don't need the trust of adults because we trust ourselves. What am I supposed to do? What can a teenager do?
I can.
You can.
We can.
All can. Rise up.
Speak up.
Stand up. Lift up.
We can't fix the world, but we can change it.
That is Lincoln East with their group piece. Nice, strong, focused writing from them. And a lot of teamwork, really working together well. Very cool to see. They're a first-year team with us, I believe.
1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, go! You follow behind. I like you. I like you. Okay. From low to high, we have an 8.9, a 9, a 9.1, a 9.5, and a 9.5. Look up for our next post.
All right, so it's a 27.6. Sorry for leaving the audio down. It's a 27.6 for Lincoln East in their group call. And Omaha North is up now.
Hi, I'm Teresa.
I'm Daz Brown.
I'm Trinity Wallace. I'm Sydney Washington, and we're from North High.
Sweet, innocent
Little
girl.
All braids and pink frilly tutu Barbie braid. Good intent.
Pure soul and mind.
Big bright smiles.
Remember the time you fell off the merry-go-round?
You never wanted it to end. You stopped smiling a while ago, but you still didn't get the Pope until yesterday.
What happened to your mother figured self? I just want to tell you it'll be okay. It'll be okay after they pulled your hair.
I had no backbone, no say. No say.
No say.
No say. Sweet, innocent,
Little girl.
The way you looked and enticed those boys to attack.
Touch you.
Those pigs! Was it the way they were looking at you?
Because they touched you? You deserve justice after the school saw you and 4 other girls were crying. And the school officials?
They knew.
And they told you that if you did not talk about it, you would be suspended.
They saw us. The sick feeling, stomach starts turning.
Hopeless, like nobody's looking after you.
No safety.
No haven.
Nowhere to go.
You will live on after they put those boys in your classroom.
2 days later.
The scars will heal, but you will still remember the past.
I love you, and more importantly, you love me.
It will never fully fade, but you are going to be okay.
Little shy girl.
Smart girl.
Pretty girl.
Why be afraid to fly?
It doesn't matter because everything will heal and you're strong enough to do anything you want.
I want you to let go of that anger.
Love yourself, small girl. Love all of you. Don't regret.
Live for you and no one else.
You can still be that flower you always wanted to be.
All right, that is Omaha North with their group piece. Looking to stay a tenth of a point ahead of Lincoln East. We'll see how those scores come back. Might get overtaken. That was a really strong piece for Lincoln East. Really well, tightly arranged and everything like that.
3, 2, 1. From low to high, we have an 8.8, an 8.9. Does anybody out there have any feelings? 8.9, 9, and a 9.2.
All right. So yeah, Lincoln East tackles them a little bit. But what really matters is the togetherness that those girls clearly share together. That's why we love the group piece round. Really see the teams working together. Here's Southeast.
My name is Gavin, and I'm a junior.
My name is Reagan, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Foster, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Courtney, and I'm a junior.
And we're from Lincoln Southeast. And the title of this piece is Dear Nebraska. Dear Nebraska,
how you love to scream, whether it be for the winning touchdown of yet another game of football or wailing winds through your cornfields.
Dear Nebraska, how your
Screams abuse me like a weed in your pristine field of corn grown to feed the sheep.
The sheep who crowd themselves into a windy stadium every weekend just to add their voices to the shout.
Just to drown themselves in that sea of red we call team spirit.
Dear Nebraska,
Why must your screams tear at me?
with words as sharp as roses' thorns,
Beautiful and pointed, they're ripping me apart.
They tell me I'm not the same.
They tell me I don't belong.
Like I'm the guy that dropped the ball.
Dear Nebraska, I learned all the rules of the game.
Through trials and traditions, you taught me how to play.
But my dearest Nebraska, no matter
how hard I try, I just can't win.
And for that,
I am so sorry.
dear Nebraska, why can't you just love me for who I am?
Is my poetry too strong for the linemen to handle?
Is my music too beautiful for the queens of the corn to compete?
Maybe if you tried a little harder to find the roots that you've grown in the arts with names like Nicholas Sparks,
Carmen, and Ted Kooser,
you'd be able to see that beauty can come from more places than the ground. So dear Nebraska,
I'm sorry for being a rose in your cornfield.
I'm sorry for being that guy who wears blue on Saturday. But dear Nebraska,
Can't you see?
I'm trying so hard to find my own special niche in the crowd, but for some reason it looks like they're all the same. Like I'm not beautiful if I'm not
a cheerleader.
straight,
athletic,
white.
Because dear Nebraska, I am beautiful, and my words are beautiful, and my mind is beautiful, and my friends are beautiful too, even though they don't match your description perfectly either.
So dear Nebraska,
why can't you try and help me turn this house I've lived in my whole life into a home? Because dear Nebraska, you are my home, and I love you for that. I really do.
But how can I show my love for you
if at every word I say you shout crucify?
So dear Nebraska, condemn me for what I say. Hang me from your scarlet and green cross. At least now, I get to stay.
All right, that is Lincoln Southeast. Very strong performance for them. I like group pieces that mix that lightheartedness and the seriousness, and that definitely accomplishes both. Let's see how the judges feel about that mix.
1, 2, 3, go! All right, from low to high, we have a 9.2, a 9.2, a 9.3, a 9.3, and a 9.9. Keep that applause going for Omaha Northwest.
It's my head again.
Hello, I'm lead correspondent Liz Livingston.
I'm head anchor Michaela Alberts.
Field reporter Brittany MacArthur.
And with entertainment, I'm Kayla Pfeiffer. And we present
Great Moments in American History.
4 years and 7 adolescent rebellions ago, we look back on the inauguration of
President Miley Cyrus.
and her great new policies that redesigned what Americans thought about, well,
Everything.
She did what no president before would do.
She got things done.
If you were to peek into any high school in America, you would have noticed something very strange.
Students are just sitting at desks, reading,
writing,
taking tests,
and learning
on purpose.
Learning is, of course, the
Greatest narcotic of the 21st century.
It is suspected that nearly every child has experienced this drug.
Some were only one-time users, but some chose to learn
every single day. Fortunately for the nation, there was Miley Cyrus.
President Cyrus.
And as we all know,
Miley Cyrus stopped learning years ago. And she got us all to follow suit. Her invention of twerking took the nation by storm.
For those of you too young to remember, in order to twerk, what do I need?
To bend the knees and shake the bottom up and down.
Like a lot.
Miley Cyrus also encouraged the most positive behaviors: underage sex, sagging, swag, tongue shaking, and crotch grabbing.
As alternatives to other drugs such as
good taste,
appropriate clothing, and belts. Cyrus had been who every woman wants to be and who every man wants to
buy expensive things for. President Cyrus had always been publicly respected throughout her career.
But after she performed an all-American crotch grab in her meeting with the Pope, she declared,
well, that was really awkward, folks.
And her ratings went through the roof.
We asked
as the populace.
What did they think of her presidency?
And this is what we heard.
From a school teacher,
Miley Cyrus told us the truth. That we can be any white, privileged, ditzy sex symbol.
A man on the street.
She taught my daughters so much. I remember their first twerk lessons at school.
But truly the most patriotic response was from a young female college student.
Miley Cyrus gave me the best advice. I can be whoever I want to be, as long as I get paid for it.
All right, that is Omaha Northwest with their satirical group piece on Miley Cyrus. Yeah, our DJ's on point. We're listening to Party in the USA. Yeah. So they need a 27.5 to tie for first or win. So 27.5 or better will get them the 1. Let's see how this goes come back.
Your last time judging things for your whole life, you can never judge again. There's a 9, a 9.1, a 9.1, a 9.1, and a 9.3. Give it up for all the poets! Now that all of the poets join us on stage.
All right, so that is going to go Lincoln Southeast to win. Quite a turnaround after they landed in fourth to a brutal bout with Lincoln High, Lincoln North Star, and City Impact. So really cool to see Lincoln Southeast with our first-year team taking a win tonight. Just really.
Oh, right, okay.
We've been waiting all night to do that.
Right, okay.
What's going on?
No, sorry, they were in a bout with Duchenne, Bellevue West, and Gretna.
Oh,
so it's really nice to see them turn that around after the fourth.
Well, good night, folks. Here's the result. Whoa. Whoa, you guys got real quiet about that. All right, the point is not the point. The point is the poetry. But in math terms, in fourth place, we have Omaha North. And in third place, we have Lincoln East. In second place, we have Omaha Northwest. And number 1, Lincoln Southeast. All right, now everybody's job is to find somebody whose poem you like. High five them with their consent. Have a really good night.
Remember, I'm Charlie, this is Ruth.
Come back for more poetry tomorrow, all the days.
All right, folks. So that is the night. Lincoln Southeast comes from behind, grabs that 0.5 point difference, or takes a 0.5 point difference between them and Northwest to take the win, winning by just 0.2 of a point with 137.1. Northwest takes second with 136.9. Then we've got Lincoln East again jumping ahead of Omaha North with a 134, and then Omaha North with 133.3. So that brings us to a close tonight. We'll be back here at UNO at 5:30 tomorrow to share more live stream with you. So you'll be able to tune in then. In the meantime, and we have 2 bouts tomorrow. Our first bout tomorrow features. First bout tomorrow features Kent Bella Studio, Norfolk, Omaha Benson, Omaha South, and then we have Mount Michael, Millard West, Norfolk, and Waverly right after that. 5:30 and 7:30 tomorrow from the same spot. Donate to support the work we do at ltabomaha.org or ltabgreatplains.org. Tune into those live streams and spread the word. Let people know. youtube.com/ltabomaha is the place to be. We have 6 more preliminary bouts, 4 semifinal bouts, and the grand finals at the Omaha Performing Arts Center, at the Omaha Performing Arts Holland Performing Arts Center in downtown Omaha. So we've got a lot coming. Please support the work that we do, volunteer, donate, whatever, spread the word. That's a huge thing to do. And we will talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm Greg Harris, Central West Side Elkhorn coach, signing off. You all have a great night, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.